Hey guys, it's Jira bro back with another video. Previously we were talking about the user stories, and today we're gonna talk about some bug writing in Jira. So, before we dive deep, I just want to use the issue templates to create a template for my bugs, so I don't have every time to go around into the bugs and to create them from scratch, because this would take a lot of time, like a really a lot of time, so you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna add a template here. I'm gonna call this bug because I'm that lazy. Alright, so this is like the issue description that we actually need right now. Alright, so they're actually, first of all, when you're writing your bugs, first, as a summary, you want to keep it, short. For example, home button doesn't link to the home page, right? So you can say something like introduction, right? So we can call it introduction. Now, what you also need to do, so that is the first part of the bug. The second part of the bug is are steps to reproduce the bug, right? So what things we need to do in order for a bug to be reproduced, right? So those are steps to the reproduced. Now you have two things. You have expected behavior as the number one thing. The second thing is actual behavior. So those two things. So what you expected to happen and what actually happened. For example, for our bug, it's going to be if we click on it could be a home button, it could be the logo itself that actually redirects you back to the home. Most websites today actually use the logos to go back to their page. So when you click on that logo, nothing happens. Or what you actually see in the left corner of your browser is going to be it's going to be your site, and then you're going to see something like slash and hashtag. So this indicates that indeed that there is no link to home, and in that case, developer would need to add a link over there. So now there are actually other things in here. So you can either go with adding the environment in here in your description, or to go and add the environment field, right? So I'm gonna call it environment. Like where have we tested this? Have we tested this on the phone? Have we tested this on what browser did we test this? On what operating system we test this? On what version of the browser we have tested this? All right. So mostly your bug is going to look like that. Plus, there needs to be attachment, because without this attachment, how do you know if this is actually really a bug, right? So there needs to be an attachment there. The attachment either could be in a picture, or it could be in the video. It really depends. So it's really important that that also exists. So this is mainly for the QAs, how they actually need to do their things. All right, so let's save this template. All right. So assign bug to the projects, right? To which project I want this to be assigned to? I want this to be assigned to the Jira Bro, and I want this to be assigned to the bug issue type. All right. So I'm gonna close this, and if I go back to my Jira Bro again, if I choose the issue type of a bug, now it's loading, and as you can see right here, what I have are these things. So, summary, home button does not redirect to the home page. We're assuming that we're actually talking about the website right here. There could be components as well. So in a component you can add, for example, QA bug or something like that. And you can add a component and say, this is actually happening on the staging environment, because usually there is like testing environment, you have the staging environment, and you have the production environment, right? So the testing environment is basically an environment with all of the dummy data that is basically in there. The staging one is actually the data almost identical from the production, but it's not on the production. And of course, you're a real hero if you test on the live instances. I did once, trust me. You don't want to do that. Never do that. I did it once, never again. I always create my test instances when I want to do some of the testing. Here we go, environment in here. So I can go ahead and delete this, because this is not going to be needed, because we're going to have a double one. Yeah, detailed description was actually something that I added in one of the previous videos. So you can use this for your introduction. Now, steps to reproduce would be like, okay, you can say, well, it could be done in 2 steps. Navigate with your mouse or hover over the logo of the site and click on it. Now, that would be the second step. Click on it. Now, the expected behavior would be the page redirects back to the home page of the website, right? Because why I'm saying this, because you could be on any page. It really depends. You can be on About Us, you can be on Contact Us, you can be on Services page. It doesn't really matter, because when you click on that logo, which should be a link or href in HTML, it actually doesn't do anything. So that goes in the actual behavior. In the expected behavior is this. How does it what actually needs to be done? And then you write down your environment. So this can be like, I can say Google Chrome, and you can say, I don't know, 4.0 7.6. I mean, this is probably not the version you're looking for, but it doesn't really matter. And you can say OS, and you can say Windows 11, even though I'm using Ubuntu, but doesn't matter. And I can say OS Windows 11, and you can say device. I can say like it's gonna be a laptop. And why is this? Because when you're using a PC or when you're using a monitor, it's logical that your monitor is going to have a bigger resolution than your laptop. So, in that sense, you want to put there either like your desktop PC or laptop, or even if you're testing on the Android phone or on the iPhone. So you want to mention that as well. Attachments, really important thing, because this is like 90% of all of the bugs out there. If you don't put your attachments as a QA, nothing really matters else. Because you can see a developer like, oh, I got a video from the QA. I can see what the steps were actually happening. I can see the bug, and I haven't read any of other things as well. That could happen. That could happen too. You never know. Alright, so for the assignees and everything, it really depends on... yeah, this is probably going to be one of the developers. And QAs, yeah, they can go back and they can say to the developer, like, this is what is happening, here's the attachment, please fix this. And yeah, that's what you need to know about bugs. And of course, in Jira there's like bug tracking project. Personally, I never use this. I don't know how much people on this planet actually are using that bug tracking project template. And there is an app for this specifically, and it's called X-Ray. Right? And because X-Ray is being used for the test management, it's actually pretty cool tool because it adds a lot of stuff. That's like test cases, like test rules and everything, where there is like an option to execute the tests and to see how much of a time you're actually been spending on, working on that specific test. It's a really cool tool. Anyways, that is it for the bugs. See you guys.